Hi. Can you hear me now, boo? Let me know if you can hear me. I don't see the mic moving, that's why. No, yeah? Just give it a couple of seconds and let me know if it stops. Thank you. Thanks. You can log off now. That's my baby girl. Okay. Um, what's up, you guys? Mac 101 here, and this live I'm doing right now. I don't live in the projects. Don't believe the shit you hear. This shit got nothing to do with me. Whatever's going on in people's lives got nothing to do with me, okay? It's supposed to do these things. Thank God I'm here for growth, you know what I'm saying? And to get wiser and be better than I was the day before, the year before. And I owe it to myself and to that little person that's back there being my biggest support. And that's all I need in this world, you know? So, this lunar eclipse is an Scorpio that we're going through right now, and it's going to mirror a lot of inner insecurities, people's fears, their psychological status, and stuff that's going on, especially in relationships, money, loss. Is going to have this fear of opposition, this fear of high ego and entitlement. And I've been seeing it and I've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. And I'm not trying to portray myself as a spiritual person. Because I don't even know what spirituality means. Because spirituality shifts as well. Certain things you get enlightened from. There's no such thing as a true culmination because evolution change, eras change, um, the generations change. So imagine somebody who's already culminated in like the 70s, and they coming now into this generation. It's going to take them a lot to get adjusted to. So I know this. Really, Jim? Jeez. um, so naturally, with all this going on, you guys, I want y'all to know that in this time, for those who are already with who know who they are, know where they've been. Not now. When you know who you are, where you've been, your self worth, your own personal growth. Go walk the dog, honey. Go ahead and walk the dog. Thank you. So yes, with this lunar eclipse, what you're going to get is a time to overcome your fears and struggles, mastering diplomacy. And that's when after the solar a lunar eclipse is, well, of course, you know the sun. When the sun is in your sign, let's just say the sun is in the sign of Scorpio, you may get what you see externally, or even their rising sign, maybe, because not everybody can tell a rising sign. Okay. Um, but what you see externally. So imagine that, what you see externally, put into the shadow part, which is the moon. Now, the moon is the darker part. You put that together, you move the sun. I called it a little while ago. I said, can you still hear me? Because I don't know if the sound, this is retrograde in Cancer, gem. So I don't know. Please. Baby girl, can you check one more time? Because I don't see the mic moving. Thank you. Okay. So the eclipse is the aura of the energy in nature. Like it drew out still the essence of your rising, but it's also taking the synapse image of all that other energy that's going on right now with it. Okay. The aura of the eclipse is the aura of the moon. the energies that's reverberating, like if it was a black and white picture, but it caught that beautiful light of the moon. So this is, we're living in the lunar eclipse in Scorpio right now, where you're going to see people mirroring their biggest insecurities, their bigger hangups, their bigger fears, things they have never settled, things that we should never be holding on to. You're going to see childhood dramas. You're going to see how people handle responsibilities. You're going to see how people are in relationships, how people really feel, or how people are, how they handle adversity of just if they have inner rejections. Okay, you're going to see these types of people, energies, circumstances, and situations, family, friends, foes, siblings, cousins, sister, aunts, friends that you probably knew over 15 years that you may have done business with, how they probably do janky businesses, how you never knew people were plotting against you or brewing things against you, or how people had animosities when you thought situations it was over, but they still brewed on it. And that's coming from the Taurus and Scorpio axis. Talk about it. Now, these are the dark sides of Taurus and Scorpio. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. So on a darker note, when you're dealing with these types of energies coming from Pluto, because right now Pluto is still going back and forth and stationing from Capricorn to Aquarius, from Capricorn to Aquarius. And have y'all been noticing a lot of corporations been getting exposed, gangs been getting exposed and drawing the fuck out and getting their asses whooped? And I mean, it's bad. It's bad. I've been noticing a lot of things that's going on, and I talked about this a few months ago with me and Drama Rock. Shout outs to Drama. So I really appreciate that conversation because it does show a lot of activities that is going on. So with this Taurus energy, and while Mars is in Cancer, and while Chiron is in Aries, and while all these other conjunctions that's happening in Taurus, Scorpio is still the south node, and because we're still in Taurus north node. So what you're going to get now with all of this happening, and with whatever happened from November, I'll put the date down. So from November 2022, then in October, from October 2022, then November 2022, then go all the way back to 2018. All right, we got a lot of shit to talk about, but I'm going to try and keep it as brief as I can. And as you see, I don't live in a motherfucking project. Okay? Motherfuckers think they know you, but they don't fucking know you. Okay? You tell people what you want them to fucking do, and they think they got you. Okay? And they don't fucking got a goddamn thing. They ain't got a goddamn thing. Oh, yeah. Bad way bad. And I look good still. And I exuberate Scorpio Leo energy. The fuck? And I don't have to apologize for that, nobody, because one thing I am comfortable with myself. And coming from Aquarius moon, I get it. You're going to get people that try and pick on what they think they have power of you over, and is triggering my Scorpio Sag rising. It is trying to trigger it. It's trying to make me feel uncomfortable with myself. I've been healed at, because the people that really matter most, I did the thing for, and that's what matters. May they rest in perfect peace, because they are. And if they're not, they're living in my heaven, in my spirit. I already made that bond with the Creator that they are living in their own heaven on my behalf, because they did the best they can in this life. And that's what I'm doing for that little person back there. Okay. So with this type of energy in Taurus, and the axis, the south node is in Scorpio, you're going to get sometimes Scorpio and Taurus, they don't speak the real true nature of things. Let's just say, and I'm going to give you an example. It may not be others' examples because your Mars might be different, but had you been the whole total sign, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Venus, Chiron, I mean all of that shit. The Lilith explains a lot too in all actuality as well. But we're talking about these placements because I'm mentioning it so you can see a glimpse of it without judgment, okay? because that's the growth, that's evolution, that's elevation, that's higher learning, that's appreciation of the life you have, and welcoming new gains such as wealth, health, and I mean spiritual health, mental health, physical wealth. It's generational wealth. It's these types of things that will help you identify signs of ourself too through our polar opposites and things that actually mirror us. Okay. And these things mirror. That's why I could be like, when somebody says or does things, because I've came from a place of settling my pains and differences. Not everything I've overcame, but majority of it I can say, because it's a never ending battle. It's new generations I'm contending with. And I don't ever want to have to contend with anyone younger than me. We should never come to a place in this world where we have to be competitive, because everybody in their own right is a winner. And I'm not saying this to say it, I really mean it. Even if nobody's on your level, they mirror you on another motherfucking level. They may not be on your level financially, but they could fucking, they smarter than you. They may not have the money financially, but they can master your money better than you can. You know what I'm saying? Had they had that. So I don't ever want to say those types of things of where somebody is and where they're not and who is what. But if you draw that shit out of me, you hit, you hit, you fuck with a Scorpio, Sag, Rising, Aquarius, Moon, Cap, Sun, second house, second house in Aries, is no remorse. Your soul, there is no remorse for your soul. Is no remorse. Like, this is a whole bunch of fire backed by a lot of someone who can just see right through you. They can see right through you. And they know your type and you're not original. Because you're just a sick, mixed up individual. I seen your kind before, you're not original. You're just a sick, mixed up individual. And we're going through a lot of people's insecurities right now. People who don't know themselves. It shows you their character in nature. It shows you where they were, and be okay with that's who they are at the moment, because certain situations is just temporary and they take it to the extreme because they never had to really deal with their fears, their inner fears of having places of loss. Like when on a darker note, the Taurus energy, when its fear is lacking. On the Pisces, on the Scorpio note, when it feels it's lost and lacking, you're going to get insecurity. When I tell you it's going to come with a lot of lies, it's going to come with a lot of lies. It's going to come with the lies you tell yourself. Because first of all, the second house, and we're talking about the darker note, and let's just take off even the dark. Let's call it what it is. Because I can't wait to do Capricorn so y'all can know the inner outs of a goat. We're, oh, shucks. But we're something else too. So on a note of what is the second house? Come on, Gem. Cool it. Come on now. So on the second house of if you're gonna do that, just Mac, take her outside for a little bit. So when you get the second house, remember the second house is finances, but it's self-value, like how you value yourself. And a lot of the times this energy comes from a place of, I don't believe I put my pen in here. I ain't know it would do that. I'll get it out later. Dagnammit. But you get someone who's afraid of not having enough food, enough shelter, not enough person who can pay the rent. You'll even get a inner insecure part of it is where it wants to stay home. I don't give a fuck if it's 40 plus years old. It just want to stay home and never leave home and be comfortable where it is, stack money in the house, maybe may not spend money on everything in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get that kind of Taurus energy that if it was that comfortable, it would stay in the house and be like, yo, it'll contribute a little something, but majority of the survival is based on its own personal needs of finances and things that make it very comfortable. their relationship. They could be comfortable in a relationship. They mad at their husband. They'll spend their husband or wife money based on, oh, that person cheated, so I ain't leaving, because a lot of times they're afraid to let go. Um, they're afraid to let go. It's fear of letting go. That it'll just spin up the spouse's money, because the spouse, or guy or girl or same sex relationship, they'll be like, yo, fuck that. I'm gonna hit them where it hurts. I'm gonna hit their pocket, or these types of things of unspoken intent, almost equivalent to cancer. Okay, so it moves like, well, if I'm not getting this out of it, it will try not to speak on it, but yet the intent behind the scenes is very much manipulative and moving slow and taking and slowly taking and slowly taking. That's it in a nutshell of it being negative, until when it's provoked, and then you find out what it truly, like when you finally pushable, this when you find out its nature of it was the wild book the whole time, but it was brewing and brewing and brewing. That's the nature of the Taurus and Scorpio axis right now. You're going to find people seeing and being mirrored by their most lowest of fears, and what they expect from someone, and but really it's really them. It's like, it's who they were in a nutshell on the inside. It's their inner fears and most inner insecurities being triggered through Scorpio, because it's the South Node that's giving off the energy. Now, if I never said this in one of my videos, I think I did. The houses of the unconscious, of your unconscious emotions, are the fourth house, which is correlated to home, ruled by Cancer. The eighth house of partnership, that's ruled by Scorpio and Pluto. The 12th house is your inner enemy, the inside you that don't know what the fuck is going on. You have an idea, but these are the lies you tell yourself that you don't know. It's the house of undoing, because once you know what you're doing, that's one way of freeing yourself, Christ-like energy. If you don't know what you're doing, you're unconsciously self-manifesting things onto itself. Okay? And the 12th house, the fourth house partner energy is Capricorn. The eighth house partner energy is Scorpio. Fourth house, sorry. Fourth house is fourth and 10th, which is ruled by the fourth, is ruled by Cancer, the 10th house, Capricorn. The eighth partner sign energy is ruled by the second house, which is Taurus, eighth house, Scorpio. Sixth house energy ruled by Virgo, 12th house, Pisces. Let's go there. You're going to see a lot of fears of emotional struggles, how we're overthinking and seeing things, and how we're thinking and seeing things, and mastering your diplomacy over money, loss, fear of rejection, fear of opposition, fear of just a disagreement, just fear. And people are a lot of times right now going to play like they're fucking being victimized. And that's very much with energy between these energies right now. And normally, Scorpio's not a victimizer energy. It just naturally get revenge. You know what I'm saying? But when you awaken the 12th house, when you awaken all of these through these transits, and you don't need a planet for the house to be activated. Astrologers, we know this. You don't need a house to be activated, because people who come into your circumference, or you be at a certain place at a certain time, will activate your house because they're in proximity of your house placements. Astrologers and tarot card readers. So having said that, and then also this access is triggering Jupiter in Aries. Okay, so it's expanding a lot of things. If you're a Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, is triggering it, and especially depending on your degrees, because you might have a good harmonious aspect with Venus somewhere that might help this situation. You know what I'm saying? So, because if I have to explain all this, I want to do it, but I feel like there's a lot of good astrologers out there, and if I would like to recommend some of them to you guys, so y'all can also see that. So when I'm ready to express it, that's why I want to learn journalism, so I can learn to be brief, because I like to tell long things, and I don't mean to do it. It's just I never was allowed to speak growing. So I wasn't allowed to really speak. Back then we come from a time children's supposed to be seen, not heard. So When I had something to say, it'd be like, yo, get to the point. Because I was able to talk, you know what I'm saying? So Jupiter in Aries is also exposing hypocrisy through wisdom. Like you got to be wise enough to know how certain things are just where they are mentally. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's go there. Mars and Saturn is in Neptune and Pisces. So the question is asking, where do you find your solid beliefs? Like, what is solid in your life? And that's in everybody. Like, you don't have to have a transit, like I said, a planet in that placement. It's going to trigger somewhere else and activate your house. If you have a planet in Virgo, your Pisces house is going to get activated. Like, this is external affecting your internal you as a walking planet. It's affecting you. Okay. So it's asking, where is your solid belief system? And running away from what responsibilities are you truly running away from? Okay. Also, ask yourselves, what value, I can't do this now. What value, that's going to have to wait. This is, all these things have to wait right now because I don't care who was wrong. I don't care who was right. I'm above that because at the end of the day, none of it's going to serve me no purpose. It don't pay my bills. It damn sure don't pay my rent. It don't feed my baby. It don't do none of that. Okay. So also, it's been asking you to find solid ground. And then it's asking what value you have, what values that you actually have to let go of, which is the lies you tell yourself, the pretendings you tell yourself, shit, the lies you tell yourself in relationship that everything's fine. Like if I leave this alone, it's going to go away. You know, that's the Taurus and Scorpio axis. Like a lot of times this energy will not let go. It don't want to let go because it's like the excuse or the needing to know. And this is not talking about y'all as a sign. This is not because I share the energy is why I get it. Some people, they don't get it because they don't experience it, or some energies are just culminated that they outgrow certain shit to know when it's time to walk away. And it's not to hurt nobody. Not trying to make y'all feel bad. This is none of the above. It's none of that. I'm just saying that at some point, certain things outgrow and it has to die and transform to become the phoenix. And then, or it can become, you know what I'm saying, the ego. And this is ego energy right now, niggas is facing. You know what I'm saying? Niggers, nigglets, bitcherettes, dudes and duderettes, man and woman, child. These, and imagine the babies getting born around this time. They're going to be born with the biggest insecurities right now. Y'all don't think that when we have children at certain times, God's time is the best time? True. But we initiate time, we speed up processes. I can imagine babies being born in this energy. They're going to grow. And if they don't have certain things done and certain nurturing and certain things of childhood hangups and letting go, they're going to have the biggest insecurities. They're going to be looking outwardly like nobody never taught me this. But self-love teaches you after a while. We can't just use we shouldn't. I can't say what we can't do because people going to do what they want. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a lot of children born into this. They're going to be born into a lot of chaos in the world. It has to be healed. It has to transform. It has to be let go. So yes, what values do you have to let go? Some people feel like they don't want to change. You know, the hardest thing for people to do is change. They'll tell you about yourself, but they don't realize that if you're in my proximity, I'm mirroring. I know for a fact when I used to rant and rave in relationships, and my partner be like, "You finished? You finished whining? You finished being a brat?" I start to laugh at myself, like, "Damn, that I could actually calm down and laugh, and then come down and be like, okay, because I was being a brat. I was being the dramatic Scorpio Leo." You know what I'm saying? The fearful of certain things. And yes, um, I was being that. And the good thing is, I never had a problem with relationships. You know what I'm saying? I never did. And I thank God that the relationships just sometimes just needed transforming, or you just got to know when to let go. And you don't take that to heart. You don't take it to heart. You take it to move forward and say it's a lesson, because people will tell you all the good things you want to hear and tell you life's a journey, but they don't tell you all the way their journey, because if they had to tell you, a lot of us will be judgmental of it. And I am happy where I am. I'm happy where I've been. It's unfortunate of certain circumstances, and I know a lot of you guys are unhappy where you've been, but I ask that you please don't carry the baggage. Turn that shit into something great. It's your choice to still stay there and brew. But remember, wherever you move to, wherever you go, you leave that with other people. Be happy with yourself. No one can possibly make you happy. Okay, being alone does not make you happy. It just makes you afraid to open up and take those falls. It just makes you take those falls of fear of running away from rejection, fear of running away from a broken heart. You get better at broken hearts after, and you learn. But we take it so deeply, so fucking deeply, that you don't see there is other beauty out there. Even if it is so-called more women than men, there is still somebody out there for you guys. But when you love yourself, you'll vibrate from that place. But if you're meeting broken people every single time, work on you and you will vibrate that algorithm, and you will expand and create this aura of love, self-love. And I mean that, not the self-love. You're like, oh, y'all niggas broke my heart, they ain't shit. And then you know what I'm saying? No, just self-love, self-worth, self-value. No one. And it's not about people being perfect. It's about people being great enough for you. I am okay and happy with the person I chose to have a child with, because that was love. We were deeply, deeply, deeply in love. You know what I'm saying? Unrequited, all day, all night love. Like, we were in love. We had our time. And the new relationship, I mean, remember that game? Ours even said shoot. Ours even said shoot. We were ride or die brothers and sisters. We lived that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let a relationship define who you are to be happy. First, be happy with yourself. So when you take on somebody in this life, man, you'll be all right with it just being a friendship, because that means that when you're uncertain, you're going to attract uncertain people. Life gives you patterns of who you are, your legacies, and the legacies could come from your parents. This could be a generational thing that you're living. And living generational things is things you really won't have the answers for, because nobody might be alive to tell you where they've been and where they're going. That's why I used to always ask my grandparents when they come around, Grandpa, what did y'all experience during slavery? How was your relationships? How did y'all have children? Like, I was that kind of kid that wanted to know, because it made me feel like I needed to know. I like to record history. I love these, that's why I'm able to forgive, because certain things, like how, like I said, what's going on now with this Taurus energy and that Pluto energy dealing with Aquarius, and the polar opposites of the South Node, and these gangs, what's going on in Haiti and so forth. What I've learned in that video is, yes, they had to stand up against the gangs and the people, doing what they do in the neighborhoods, and they chopping heads off and shit like that, right? But what that can also cause too, while that's happening, is an innocent person, just by affiliation of somebody not knowing, and they don't know. Somebody creates something saying, "Oh, that person knows that person, and they was probably affiliated too." They get killed or beheaded because of that, a hurt person implicating them. And I saw that earlier, a hurt person trying to implicate me to something that clearly wasn't my fight. And when I dealt with them at a place of an apology, and that person owed me an apology, but they didn't give it to me. But what I said was, God, I forgive them, regardless to what. And that's how I am, because they did not understand when my mother died, and they felt like no matter what, I was supposed to have been there. It can take me the rest of my life to get over that. And I should not ever have to fucking apologize to anybody on how I handle my pain. That particular pain won't ever go because I saw her leaving before my eyes. When I gotta breathe in her motherfucking mouth, and I don't mean to say motherfucking mouth, when I gotta have to breathe in her mouth for all that while, and that's psychological trauma. And if I didn't want to call nobody, I don't owe nobody that damn excuse. I don't owe nobody that excuse. And none of y'all ever have to apologize for not being there for somebody because they're going through some shit and you got something right in front of you trying to deal with. You should never have to deal with that. And if you don't like that kick rocks, fuck you. 10 billion up your motherfucking ass with a spiked bat and uncut diamonds, bitch. I don't owe nobody that excuse or reason. You pushed stone, but you're about to get stonier. But I'm going to leave it alone because you hate yourself. Self-hate is a lot. I never tried to kick it to you. It was a crush. It was a friendship. Me and you never hollered at each other like that, and you know that deep down. But I'll let you run with that green card, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't feed my soul. It doesn't serve me any purpose. But for you to try and do what you did, it's okay. But when you come at me about my parents dying, pressure bust pipe. And I know with the wrath of me, you won't survive it. So I'm going to leave you in peace. You hit me up. You asked to come to my page and I gave you an interview because I'm not one to stay angry. I don't like to stay angry because I know where it can take me from where I've been to dark places. And I don't deserve that to allow others to determine how I feel about me. I'm not giving that power away. I'm not giving that power away. I'm just going to, and who, universe, good looking, take that whole lot, Lord, like I got you, fall. I ain't like how you said it, baby, but you got this. And I'm okay with that. I got caught with my fall. Thank you, my creator. You're right. But you're not going to determine that again. I ain't giving that power away again. So continue. For that person to say that, I ain't giving my power away. All you going to do, for every finger that's pointed at a person is 10 plus pointed at them. And that's why hexes, they curse themselves. You curse yourself. Especially when you know deep down what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And does it make it right or wrong? No, because you really had something to address. And this is the energy we're in, and how you clearly supposed to be an astrologer. You don't know that this is just temporary. It's for self-healing, not self-reflecting, mirroring onto a person. Because that means if it's hurting you, it's something about yourself you have to work on. I don't care how you see yourself. Your 12th, your 4th, 8th, and 12th house tell you how you are at home, how you are in relationships and partnerships, and how you are on the inside. The lies you tell yourself. Can't. So I'm going to go into the 12 planetary placements of each house in sign of what is going on, if there's anything going on, because some people have harmonious transits. You know, this is still Mercury retrograde. And let's continue. Like I said, what value do you have to let go? Which lies you tell yourself pretending that you're in a healthy relationship with yourself, that you're in a healthy relationship with others, that you're in a healthy business relationship? Are you really trusting people, but you're standing, and that's Taurus energy and that's Scorpio energy. When I tell you this, it's like that. It'll be not really fucking happy, and it may not even know itself on that nature, and it'll still stay. It'll act like it's disloyal. It'll act like, but it'll be taking. And I'm telling you this on a lower frequency note. You'll never know the true intent until you push the bull or till you push the scorpion. Hell, push my north node. You will fucking see. You understand? Push my north node. I tell people, but what the good thing about me is I'm a Capricorn sun, Scorp Sag rising. I tell you, I don't deal with this person, or I tell the person, I don't deal with you. Like, I put it out there because I know. And then I realize an enemy of my enemy is my friend. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but don't cross the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't stay angry. I don't come from an angry place. I don't wait to be provoked or you cheated on me and for what? What is that given? When you grow past certain shit, it should never repeat or, oh, that comes from your father. Oh, that comes from your mother. Y'all are still living in pain. That's pain you're still living. Or you're a Gemini. I know that comes from pain. I know that comes from pain and not understanding. That's prejudice. It's low-key prejudice. It's prejudice. I don't care what nobody got to say about me because I have accepted me a very long time ago. Just like I accepted people. I also had to learn how to accept how some parents raise their kids. Because my mom, if that's the case, I wasn't comfortable with how my mom raised me. However, it's legacy. It's my fourth house in Aries legacy. It's okay. I'll get over it because I have no choice. Make peace with that. So y'all, wherever y'all call home, wherever y'all make home, it could be home. It don't have to always be victimization. It don't always have to be slow, low, and brutal. It don't have to be none of that, man. It don't have to be. But yet, you know what is triggering for me? It's triggering me my faith. And I do have faith. It triggers my 12th house. And I have faith. I have faith. I have faith that this is only temporary. And I dare not let no one ever try to disturb my peace. You're not worth it. You have no power over me, you negative entity. You have no power over me, my relationships, anything I keep and that I love very well and I heal and I love and I nurture. You do not have power over me, you demon on the inside. For every time I allowed you back in when you hit me up, I allowed you back in. You came to my page. That's why my nose itching, because you probably low-key fucking peeking on me. All the bitches that was attached to my ex, that was when he was showing me value, y'all was mad at me because he was putting me on a pedestal. But I left. Y'all bitches still, y'all nosy on me. Like, I love it. Bring it. You can't. When you know that was love, it hurts your ass. It makes your gluteus maximus so tight that the muscle can't release. It's so tight you pull on muscle. It bothers you. It bothers you that I am that person. Little me with not millions of dollars. It bothers you. And that's okay, and I can live with that. It bothers you. Every ex I ever fucking dated. It bothers you, bitches. And I'm happy it bothers you. You know why? Because you shouldn't even worry about what fucking make a nigga happy. You should be worrying about what makes you happy. When I was worrying about just fucking me, that's when that motherfuckers was chasing. So make your fucking selves happy and stop worrying about me. Me. Shitty fuck to me, it ain't fucked up. I gotta stop saying it because when I look back, it's not as bad as I think it is. Like I said, when people try to put something on you, they'll make you think something, it'll become true to you. So return to sender. I am beautiful. But don't be mad at me. Y'all want to come for the girl. Because you're hurting. That's your most insecure thing. You can't bully no chick because he love her. That nigga was giving me the best and the happiness, and I had it. I still could get it. But I'm going because I know I need more. So if you got him, be happy, bitches. But just know, it's me, they heart go boom, boom. It's the power of love. Dirt, 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 dirt. It's the power of love. All right, just know that. It ain't never going away. It's on a nigga's soul. It's already imprinted. You be all right. You be all right. You know why? Because you ain't loving yourself. You worrying about fucking me. You can't stop a nigga from cheating. But you could damn sure make sure that when you love, you give real love. And when you get real love, you ain't got to worry about what another female's doing out there. You ain't got to do that. Huh. Shit. All right. back to this, because I gotta drop some jewels in and out of this. Like, I gotta get cocky with niggas. So when y'all start feeling yourselves, and when y'all start realizing that nobody gotta accept you but you, and we're not talking about from a negative place or where you've been or a place of pain. We're talking about accepting you. Accepting you. Don't feel when somebody's smacking at your hand that you don't know where they've been. But at the same time, don't let them victimize you. Don't let them be a narcissist to you. I had that motherfucker trying to be a narcissist, like, leave me alone, but then come back. You better stay away. After me just staying away. Like, and all I could do was laugh and still talk. I got the receipts, but you know what? It's not worth me doing that. It's not. Oh, okay. Are you all right? Are you all right? So you gotta know and that's how you gotta deal with this energy. It's fears. So, and then you ask yourself, it says, when we feel that you've been played, when you feel you've been thinking that you are somebody's friend, when you're believing that your business partner is your business partner, when you felt you was in a situation that's not solid, how do you really handle it? A lot of us handle it in anger rather than say they should have just walked away a long time ago. Or speak up. Don't let it brew. Don't let it brew. Don't let it brew. Because you'll get somebody who really, I believe in nature. It's not that they don't want to be revealed, say it. It's just some people just like to feel like they're being victimized. That's just one way to see it. And then on the other hand, on the Scorpio part, it's like they've been brewing, waiting for you to do it so they could, like on a negative note, I'm talking about. You don't have to take out that anger and then act like you're doing the most with all of that when you could voice your thing. If it doesn't get better, you leave, you pack your shit, you pack up. Because a lot of us take all our baggage into another relationship and act like, and then it'd be some of these dumb fucking people. There'd be some silly, and yes, I'm saying dumb, and yeah, I shouldn't call people names, but yes, I was dumb at one time too. This is levels to this shit. I was dumb, stupid, psychotic. Over what? Thank God I was one of them chicks that when a guy tell me something, I'd be like, well, it's two sides to every story. So she's not here to defend herself. But then it's them dumb ones. Well, he said, or it'd be a guy, well, she said. I'd be like, yeah, when I'm finished, I gotta do it. That fucking thing. Like I used to be that fucking dumb naive to say that to them too. But when you're done sucking it, when you're done losing your voice and having your own mind, hopefully you'll see that you're a pawn in people's BS. Don't be a pawn in people's shit because they broke and they'll bring you along and they'll ask you to team on their side and pick a side. When do you have to pick a side to survive? Wasn't you surviving before you met these individuals? Wasn't you happy even before you met them? They might have added a little happiness, but we don't know how long that happiness is going to last. They'll fuck around and flip it and make you codependent. And then when they find somebody else who's as confident, they leave you high and dry. How did that feel? When they said what they told me was, how would that make you feel? That you was loyal to that person when you should have been loyal to self no matter what. The truth is always neutral. It's somewhere in the middle. Not because you dislike somebody and not because you fucking that person now that you want to be mad at that person. Or because that's your sibling, you got to fucking join a fucking battle. Bullshit. Don't do that. Because at the end of the day, if that gets your children killed, if that gets you somewhere hurt, what you going to say? It's them? You can't. You made choices. You made choices. It sounds like I'm talking to me because I've been there, but never to where I had to pick a side. Like me, I ain't get pulled to nobody's shit. I did that in elementary. As an adult, you don't pull elementary acts. And then it says, then I have what I wrote down. It says, when you think the situations were solid, but is it? What price is your soul? That people who are right now hurting and going through these insecurities, these fears of loss, these fears of self-hate, these fears of they're bothering me, this fear of why don't they talk to me? Be okay with the universe telling you that trust me, you'll find a solution when you give yourself happiness. Self-value is the second house of Taurus. When Taurus finds its self-value, it won't feel, it will not feel codependent, because low key it be codependent. It feels like it's comfortable where it is. It can be comfortable at a place of work for those same years, knowing that the work is changing around them and they won't leave until it sees a real shakeup happen. And now it gotta get up and go, and now I gotta find a new job because I heard for the last 10 years that this company was going bankrupt, but I thought I'm comfortable here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to know before the tower moment when to get up and go. Okay. What price is your soul? Growing wiser, selling your soul. People do sell their soul for wealth. That's the Taurus Scorpio axis. That's also the fourth axis, the fourth house axis and the 10th house axis. These are elite energies that can sell their soul for money because they'll cut off all the love. They'll get rid of all the love and the consideration. That can also be sometimes the sixth and 12th house, because this is all earth, it's all about stability. They can sell their soul because they forget the love, they forget the appreciation, they forget the camaraderie, the real and true understanding of cooperation, help, even if it's coming, wisdom even come from people who's broken. I know there's certain crackheads when they get high, Pisces energy. They crackheads. Once they smoke, they get philosophical and tell you about Jesus, but people are looking at them like, yo, you're a crackhead, so why are you trying to act like you're a prophet? But the thing is, they gave you a jewel. Don't underestimate that jewel they dropped you. Don't judge the situation. Allow the jewel to come out. You're lucky to get one. It may save your life that 5-10 minutes from now. And if you took heed, it'll last you a whole lot longer. It says, Hades, my ruler, not my ruler, but the planetary ruler, is transforming you. And the old you have to let go for spiritual wealth, physical wealth, and mental wealth. Saturn is teaching y'all that. But a lot of us don't want to let go. We want to try and use the reason as an act of loss, but it's not really a loss, it's a gain. It's really a gain, y'all. It's a gain. Because you don't know once you release it that you're going to see it shine brighter, it'll thrive brighter, and it'll still be yours. But because of that fear of things of like it's leaving and I don't have this control, it's really control. You can't beat them, so you want to fight them. And you can't, you want to step on their happiness, so you want to beat them up because they're happy. You want to, like it, and it'll get worse and worse. It'll never get better. Okay. And then it says, then I said, Plutonian energy is, like I just explained a little while ago, is selling your soul and not caring because we want power. We want power over control and just to have it. You know what I'm saying? So second and eighth house energy right now that we're still going through is jealousy. What do you feel secure about? Communicate your values with integrity. With integrity. Mars, a Gemini shit. Venus is there. Speak your values, your true values, not the true intent of your fears, your inner fears, because all of these things are being triggered. Free yourself from jealousy. Free yourself. Are you really going on your inside and asking, why are you feeling this way? And why is the relationships happening? A lot of us, like I said, is fear of letting go, fear of moving forward. Don't you realize, like I tell people, the week always ahead shows you what's going to happen the next week. So at least prepare it. So when you're in that mindset, You can't control the whole energies around you, but you can control what's before you as you make this the intent. There's people who wear headphones all day and they play their good music in there and their good music's in at work all day. And they could get through the whole day and the building's on fire and they could run out with the headphones on with the music still going. When I tell you energy's real, it's real. Get on it. And what secrets you lie to yourself about, and what lies you tell yourself and others, and what hidden truths that what's your real intent for why you say and do the things you do? Is it really for control? Is it really because you have no control? Is it really all of those? Okay. Now let's go into the house placements of what everybody's going through. I'm going to start putting the charts up there. I'm learning how to do it right now. I heard Zoom does this, but I don't know how to connect in the meantime Zoom to my to the YouTube because I see people go live, and have the chart and the thing. I'm going to get into it, because it's pushing me now to show. This is mirroring my 12th house. Like, where is your faith? My 12th house literally in Scorpio with a few degrees of Sag. It's like, where is your faith? Where's your inner faith? Where is your inner healing? Are you healed here? Mirroring my 8th house in Leo, mirroring my moon. It's mirroring all of me. I have a Boa sign. I forgot what they call it when your house is split in between both energies. It's almost the sign of the genius. And it takes wisdom. Wisdom is meaning you got to be patient with yourselves. So let's go with Aries, sun, moon, rising. The rising is what's going to happen to you physically. The moon is what's happening to you emotionally. The sun is, you're going to get a little remnants of it, but not totally all of it, okay? Look where your Mars, your Venus, your Jupiter, your moon is. Look for these placements, see the houses, and see where the placements are happening, okay? Finding your inner peace and acknowledging it for your inner secrets and the lies you tell yourself and how you believed your friends was a certain way and how you believe your status and self-worth is. This your real, what's happening is people's real self-values. They're mirroring. Self-value. Their real fear. Their real self as a hypocrite. Their real self as a business person. Their real self as an individual who really may not like themselves in relationships. But they don't want to be alone. Let's get it. For Aries, this is affecting your first house. It's affecting your first and your 4th house, okay? So for Aries, you're also going to have 8th house issues, okay? That as well, because Mars is also ruled by your 8th house, which is also co-ruled by Mars and Pluto. So let's talk about it. For Aries, you're going to have that spiritual awareness, money, money issues, money things with your spouse. Work on these, how you handle partnerships. It's going to draw you a lot of wisdom with Jupiter, coming in around the 14th, but all the same. Aries to me is a diplomatic sign when it's upright. Y'all give to charities. Y'all will take in a lot of, y'all will, once y'all no longer about yourselves, and I mean when there's, Aries is naturally a conceited energy. It's self-righteous. It toots to its own horn. Once y'all come from that humbleness of the self-right, y'all help humanity. Y'all are the humanitarians. You in Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. Once we overcome those hurdles, y'all are the humanitarians after being self-righteous. That's why I said I wanted to do when I do Capricorn effects on your sign, y'all are the heroine or the heroine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be both. You know what I'm saying? Because Mars is no motherfucking joke. So your money right now, since Mercury's retrograde, still again is going to be for the next few more months, then you'll be all right. But Right now, this is about self-value, how you do business. You're going to be affected at home. At home, you're going to find hidden things that you didn't know. You might hear people arguing all of a sudden. They be like, oh shit, nigga, I don't like the way you leave your shoes on the floor, or something silly. This is what you may find out about. You know what I'm saying? Especially with your rising signs. You know what I'm saying? What else with them? I said family stuff at home, hidden truths, like hidden behaviors, hidden things with the relationship. Yeah, you're going to have things that go on that pop up that's going to trigger your inner peace, your inner insecurities, how you deal with relationships when money is involved, the transactions, the business transactions you have with people. You're going to also see, like I said, your own spiritual awareness. And when I said, when I did that sex one, when I seen one of those ones I did, and I saw the person taking your ideas, your wisdom, that was also your wisdom. That tower to me was the ideas, the culmination of how much wiser you're gaining. And turn that into something great. Make peace with all those things. Don't look at it as a victimization of it's hurting you. It's to teach us where we're too comfortable, where we really need to be independent and diplomatic, and talk different and communicate different. And let me see, you might even have issues with another Aries. You might have issues with the Cancer. You might have issues with the Scorpio, or even somebody Scorpitarian. Like I'm telling you, with those particular signs, it might be the Plutonian in them that might give you this adversary type energy. It might be that type of people that with this money or things you're doing business with. I'm telling you, just look it up. I don't want to be a person that's trying to sell you a poison pen, but I'm not. I don't even know. I'm sure they make poison pens. I don't know. So the next one, and then you're going to look for self-worth, your value, money. Like I said, your 12th house. You might even be dealing with a Pisces who might be having this adversary energy of that Scorpio and Taurian place of insecurity. You're going to come across these types wherever your 12th house is. If your 12th house is in Sag, you might meet a Sagittarius with this 12th house energy triggered by this Scorpio energy. It's still happening to you. You don't have to have a house placement. Smart guy. So yeah. Okay, for Taurus. Taurus, your 7th house, Sun, Moon, Rising, is being triggered. Now, the 7th house is your house of partnerships. Your 3rd house is also going through it. And your 1st and your 4th house is also going through it. Okay? So this is about you stepping up for yourself, speaking up with what bothers you, and not feeling like, oh, it's happening to you because of whatever it is. Okay? Because this energy naturally likes to feel like it's happening to them rather than it's something that should have been spoken on. It should have been addressed earlier. But then the upheaval comes as explosive as it does because it was allowed so long. You became your own defeatist. All right. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Y'all sometimes become your own defeatist. All right. Like I said, I explained it. It's like staying in a job too long and the job is not really serving your purpose. You didn't think to go and let me just get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Or, your mattress got fucking stains out the ass that, you know what I'm saying, getting ate the fuck up and it got springs, but you brought a fucking pillow top to put on that bitch. But now the coil came through that motherfucker and the bed need changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some real shit because you ain't want to spend no money for the mattress, but you sitting on a couple of hundred that could get you a mattress. It don't have to be new, it could be refurbished. So I mean, like, I'm just giving you a bunch of funny ass scenarios, and I'm not judging you. I really am not. I mean it with everything. I'm just saying that, come on, like, I want y'all to know we all have greatness in ourselves. And the greatness comes from self visualization. Look at yourself. We don't spend time looking at ourselves. We look externally when the external is looking back at you. Like I tell you, when I'm driving and I'm at the stoplight and I look at somebody next to me, and if they have to get a glimpse at me, they look at me, and then we look forward at the same time. A lot of times I'll be like, holy shit. Or the person go, and I do this back. I'll be like, they mirror me. Like, let's go. Like, this is life. Life mirrors you. It mirrors your insecurities. It mirrors your greatest thing, achievements. You elevate, you're gonna attract elevation. You can't be looking at elevation from a broken place and you can't get all the motherfucking tools because you ain't let certain things go to let that cachet and dumped that cachet. You ain't dumped that trash bin spiritually and mentally, and you plan on going here. I learned that a lot. I've been dealing with a lot of good people. They was giving me the harsh truth. And they even called me back and was like, yo, Mac, if I said anything out the way, I'm sorry. And that mattered. But I already took it to heart because I knew they was telling me the truth. And I don't mean take it to heart with anger. I took it like, damn, I needed to hear that. Because that's what goats do. We are prepared. We are prepared for shit like this. There's a lot of things I know I have to work on. And there's a lot of things that we all have to work on. So now also for Taurus, it's about maybe you might be also going through issues in your relationships of how you was handling relationships, how you always was dealing with the same types in relationships, or how you wanted to see a relationship happen, the relationships you've been in happen through friendships and everything, how you wanted to see these things. But the truth was the polar opposite. It was Plutonian, it was Scorpio like. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get those ones that deceive you. You deceive others. You have your own hidden way. However you choose to believe it, remember your fixed energy. You fix your mind based on status. You fix your mind based on where people are going and who's who and what's what, the haves and have nots. This is fixed energy, is about survival. And that's how majority of the time people are seen with all earth signs, more so Taurus. Okay? It's who has what, who's giving what, who is helping me escalate. Capricorn does it in a different way. Capricorn be like, I ain't got to respect you, motherfucker, but we can work together and achieve it. You guys will be quiet, do work. Hi, oh, I buy this and I buy this and my perfume costs this. We're gonna keep it funky on some real shit. It's about the status of collective, and it's going to be mirrored. Okay, that's what I love about Taurus. Like, y'all don't like when somebody tell you the truth, and you know you might run away or whatever. But I know y'all heard is just, even if you don't take it, you heard it. You know, and that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all do grow in your own way, however many thousands of years it take you. Because I miss my girl, and she know I cuss her the fuck out. You know, she's a prophetess, and you know, I told her, she knows I got self-awareness, and I'm like, you know, you did that to manipulate me. Like, you divided some friendships because of this. And she's like, yeah, but it's because I wanted to keep you to myself, and if I had it my way, I would have locked you up and kept you. And I said, how would I grow? How would I help you in life? How would I even show the appreciation that you love me enough to let me grow? And that's Taurus. You know, they'll keep you, and they don't allow things to grow, expand. It's just comfortable. You'll sit on $1 million and won't invest that shit because you think that million is going to just somehow ironically turn into a billion plus. It has to be invested. It has to be let go of. It has to be released. I ain't saying the whole million. I ain't a damn fool. I'm a fool. I ain't a damn fool. But it has to be released. Relationships have to be released. You're going to be changing new friends. You're going to be changing, hopefully, diet, because your health is being triggered with this as well. Third house is communication. You might have health issues, lung issues, heart issues, God forbid. I'm not putting that on y'all. But just watch your health. Take care of your health. I said this before in another reading, which means is, okay, it's stepping up for yourself, your needs, communicate your needs, your emotional needs. Slow down and reflect. Slow down and reflect, Taurus. What's your material needs? And I know your material needs consist of the external world, which is physical cash, physical home, physical things that's going to pay for these things for the long term. Shit, some of us have to be on fucking welfare for a little bit to get where the fuck we gotta go in life. You know what I'm saying? It don't make nobody no bad fucking person. I laugh at it, but I have been on that shit plenty. You get what I'm saying? I'll be a liar and say, act like I never been. Shit. I'm gonna tell you what my mama used to say. She said, God leads me and the welfare hat feeds me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you gotta go where the fuck you gotta go as a pit stop and pick yourselves up from there. And that's where you should be. We should be continually making tracks, leaving smoke screens, Taurus. Don't keep repeating the same shit with the same people. Make your fucking life count this time around, because your life, you can't go back. You should not go back, especially when people have lied, they have hurt, they have, I don't care how nice they are and how sweet they may be, because you feel comfortable that you could get something out of it. Learn to let that go, because it's going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt to release. To release something, it hurts, but it gets easier. I'm learning to let my parents go in peace. This is my moon there, really touching that second house. It's hard for me to let go because every day I see it because I seen them physically die in front of me, dead in front of me. I'm breathing in their mouth. I seen this. I'm there, holding their nose, pushing in their chest. I'm telling you, I live it. I know when I tell you I could relive this, I relive it. So how dare somebody dare try and judge me and try and make it seem like I lied on my parents? Nigga, you fucking crazy. You hate yourself. You hate yourself. You hate yourself for even lying on me like that. So, Gemini. Gemini, this is affecting your sixth house, which is ruled by Mercury, your co-ruler, which is Virgo. And this is about work, money, your colleagues, or your employer, or if you have employees. If you have employees, this is going to also affect your health, and it's also triggering because Mars is in your second house. Mars in the second house is actually fun to me. You're gonna have little highs and lows. Like I met this young man in the feed. And remember, he told me, if y'all ever seen that video, he told me he met the girl last year and he thinks she put a spell on his dick. Pay attention. When I tell you this goes and correlates to what I'm telling you about this astrology shit I'm talking about. Pay attention. Can't make this up. So this is also about how you excrete, because Scorpio also is excretion. And second house of Taurus is the food you take in, what you feed your body. Y'all have to watch your lungs. Y'all have to watch your eyes. You have to communicate healthy. No more truth versus lies, Gemini, because a lot of times Gemini will mix the truth with lies, no different from Virgo. Okay? Sixth house also represents thieves. Virgo energy is thieves. Okay? So with the sixth house is thieves. So your sixth house being transit, you might have somebody stealing your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's copying your style. You might be copying somebody's style. It might be in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Insecurities with thieving, insecurities with trademark infringement, things with, got to be careful with information. You know, you got to know certain things. Just Gemini, like get it in. Committed to yourself. You can't be committed to nobody else until you commit to yourself. Commit coast. It can say out there, get Mercury can be professional victims. Mercury, Neptune, they could be professional victims. Let's go. Let's be about it. Let's talk about it. It's not to say that people don't get what you're going through, but there's a time to let a tree branch extend and grab that tree and let that fruit that's grown from that tree feed you. And come back to that tree and get it again until you got the routine of continuing to come back to that tree and grabbing it. And then you can go further and find an even more different tree that gives you just as much nutrients, and take that nutrients, take that fruit of wisdom, that fruit of knowledge, and let it help you. Stop thinking everyone's your friend, Gemini. Stop believing that just because you like somebody, you cut your nose to spite your face. Both Mercuries in general. Allow yourself to capital off of greatness that you are. Y'all are lyricists by nature. What? Y'all can write books. Y'all can be spiritual when you're honest with yourselves. And to be spiritual, you got to get out in the world and do work. You can't hide behind a computer. You can't hide living behind the scenes and talking about what people else got going on. And you ain't doing shit but watching YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all travel in your minds too. I want y'all to get y'all asses out the house. Get out of melancholy, get in the sun. Don't wait for somebody to grab your hand and do it. You're not going to get younger. You're going to get passed by. You're going to get passed by. Y'all can be great. Y'all are the natural socials of the neighborhood. Watch your neighborhood. You might get in quarrels with people from the sixth house. You might get quarrels with people from Taurus energy. You might get quarrels from people with Piscean energy who might have the Scorpio Taurian energy. Like it might just do that for you. Learn placements right now. You know what I'm saying? The second house is ruled by Taurus. So the second house for you, for Gemini, it might be a Cancer. It might be that energy that's going to give you a Cancer, Virgo. Somebody going to give you some damn hardship because they going through their own mental rivalry psychosis, hypnosis psychosis. You know what I'm saying? It might be that type of energy giving that to you. So, gems. Ooh, gems. Get into it, okay? Be great. Okay. Cancer. Y'all energy right now is going to be 5th, 4th, 10th, um, 12th, and 8th. Y'all got a lot of work, but not really a lot of work. Cancer, sun, moon, rising. Remember, sun, physical, but rising is more physical, and the moon is the emotions, how you handle the emotions. This is letting go, cultivating, learning to heal in these places, and allowing it to fall at the wayside because Cancer rules 4th house. That's home. That's how you also eat. I wrote it down. 4th house is also how you eat. Let me see where I put it. Yeah, it's also how you eat. It's family. It's repairs. You're going to be doing repairs. How you handle things at home. Just things in general. And 3rd house. We'll go back. I'll tell you that later. Okay. But yes, for Cancers, your 5th house is correlated to children or your house of romance. How y'all deal with romance? Are y'all fallaciously Cancers, out there getting around, spreading yourselves thin? You're going to have hard realities right now with people with insecurities, attracting people who might want to, fuck with your self-value, fuck with your money. They might even want children right now. You might be considering wanting children. You might be handling and helping people with things towards children. You might even want to probably work on working with children. Like these types of things is going to be triggered in your 5th house. And it also triggers your 11th house of being social. So maybe y'all need to let go of trying to be everybody's parent too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be everybody's goddamn parent because that's children. You want to nurture people like parents, and you realize, hey, it's costing me. Hey, it's doing too much. It's moving me in different places of my life that I really clearly don't want when I actually can do things if I lighten my load. You know what I'm saying? That's what the access of Taurus and Scorpio is trying to teach you guys. Okay. Also, it's going to teach you how to generate new money. You know what I'm saying? Don't run too fast because I notice Cancers move so fast because they're impulsive. It's water. Water flows. It'll pour. Don't be too impulsive when it comes to money making situations. Slow down. This is slow down energy. Remember, Taurus and Scorpio energy moves slow, passive, strategic, almost like a Aries. Okay, so it's slow. It's baby energy. So it's slow paced. Okay. So y'all gonna have this. Then Mercury's retrograde. You got to think about future jobs. No different from Taurus. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. Your future friends, what you call friendships, things that reveal certain things. The North Node is in Venus in your the North Node is going to be in Venus soon in your 5th house. Is going to help you with communicating, but you also got to learn to let go. And you also have to, because Mars is in Cancer right now, and Cancer don't already like to talk, and you don't know Cancer's real nature of what they do and why they do the things they do because the moon shifts every 2.5 days. It's already impulsive. So if you don't know yourself, you need to take time getting to know yourself. If that's the case, look on your mobile phone if you got a phone or if you got a calendar. Every 2 days, write how you feel and notice the patterns of every day of how you feel and how you handle situations and how when somebody say something, how do you take that in? Is that really from a place of insecurity? And don't try and make yourself, your 12th houses can be your enemies. Okay. Your 11th house should be, you should also pay attention to your 11th house of how you socialize things because y'all like to be in this happy-go-lucky thinking about the relationship, thinking about, oh my God, I want to see their titties, and oh my God, I want to hit the like button on their page, and oh my God, like it gets like this, how you live in your mind. And that's from a lower frequency place of being comfortable at home and saying, I want to do this, but you don't get what I'm going through it. Well, we all have this, all of us. How you handle your pain is true. It's really up to you how you handle your pain. However, your pain is not a recliner to all the signs. Your pain is not a recliner. It's not a massage chair that reclines. It's not a bathtub of water that you sit and soak and bathe in. But when you're ready to come out of it, because if you stay in it, it's going to keep hurting and it's going to draw people and it's going to make people stay away. And you can't blame people for not wanting that baggage. You cannot blame people for not wanting that baggage. And I get that when I was feeling it, people telling me I got to get up out of it. I know. But somehow it takes self validation, and I mean real inner self work to grow and say, I get it. I need to move forward, and I will. And every day, like I was saying to Jay, reach up and pick that fruit, come out every day and get that fruit. That'll be your own personal exercise of letting people go. Stop having all this baggage, because it's easy to want to hold on to things because you're afraid of having one thing that actually can make you great. But what has all those other things gave you but nothing but nothing but nothing but nothing but nothing. Work on your finances, okay? Okay, Leo. Sixth house, your fourth house is Leo. You're gonna have things going on in your fourth house of home, and your tenth and fifth, almost like Aquarius. I noticed. Okay, so with house, this is about your who you are, how you show up in the world as a entrepreneur, how you see yourself working, even how you feel about yourself as in status of where you are and where do you see yourself later on. Maybe you might be considering going back to work. Maybe you want to start to open a business from home. Maybe you want to work on things with children. Maybe you want to you know what I'm saying, create a way of security, a new hobby, and definitely learn to let go of the old way of how you was handling work, or how you would handle business at home, and how you would relate to just things that didn't serve you any purpose, how you thought of your status in relationships, how you felt about romances, like how much of sexual interpart connection partners, who you have kids with, like you're going to think about certain things that you need to let go. It's going to come to you painful from these places, and them painful places. The fourth house is Cancer, the 10th house is Capricorn. The fifth house is your sign, which is Leo. The 12th house is Pisces. And for you, wherever your 12th house is, of that sign will also be that sign that will be triggering you too in that situation and also that scenario. Okay. So, like, having said that, we all do have a lot of work to do. We all do need to find out what is our value, where we've been, where we need to be going. And it's okay to let go, because you're also a fixed energy. You're an Aquarius. So be okay with letting go. Be okay. Okay. Next one, Virgo. Virgo is going through third house issues, ninth house issues. Also, they're going through second house issues, which is going to affect their eighth house as well. So for Virgos, your third house of neighborhood, people life purpose, and with Mars in your 11th house. This is pertaining third house also, and 11th house also pertains to social media. So with Mars there, it's going to give you a dose of insecure, unstable ways of how you're handling your temperaments. You got to get control of your temperaments. How you really seeing your real inner psychosis, your hypocrisy, all of the things that it's actually triggering, your real insecurities of how you don't communicate, because this is a communication house on how you need to communicate, how you're showing up in the world as a person who's upstanding. Because the third house is also teaching. What are you teaching people really about your psyche? Where are you as an individual, and how you really see people that you're teaching? Do you feel like you're not teaching enough? Do you not like your job? Do you not like people? Do you not like your neighborhood? Do you not like where you live? Do you not like your relationships? Do you not like, and the list goes on. 11th house of socialism, also ruled by Aquarius. You might have issues with an Aquarius. You might have issues with Cancer. You might have issues with Capricorn. You might have issues with Taurus. You might have issues with Geminis, which is at home. This is family, friends, places, things you do business with, and even partnerships. You got a lot of shit to let go. Like I just said, Virgo and Pisces are one of the houses that when it comes to it ends up being on your inside. Communication is very much key for y'all right now. And it's teaching you guys what truly makes you happy. And the things you really are afraid of, you're actually manifesting. And if you're not manifesting them, what is inspiring it? What sleeping dormant things of the lies you've been telling yourself all this while? Is that time, Virgos? Are you really healing? Are you really teaching? Are you really helping? This is social media, like I said. Or are you really, it's showing the psychological mindset, what you're communicating, what this shows also, what are you fixated on psychologically, your inner demon. Your 12th house is also triggered, which is in Pisces. So you're self-manifesting certain things of fears and such things. Pluto, the axis of Taurus and Pluto is about values, finances, and all these things. These are the things you feel like you lack. Communication, third house and ninth house, your house of wisdom. Your ninth house is being triggered through your third. Communication. What you haven't let go, what child baggage from family that you haven't let go, what fears that you don't communicate. What's your real life purpose? Your 11th house is a socialism. And it's also the house of war, mafia, inner war, your internal war. You know, like your own inner war where you are your rebel, where you can be also towards friendships. Why you're, standoffish with friendship. Why do you communicate the way you do? Like certain things is, just showing you in general how you communicate. Hopefully y'all work on that. All right, Virgos. Libra, second house issues, childhood, domestic, money, your eyes, life partner, family, your voice, how you handle your voice, your diet, your speech, your health, your support. Maybe you don't feel you're getting enough support from people. Maybe you're not supporting people. Maybe you believe things to be one way and really and truly it's another. You know what I'm saying? Through your partnerships. Oh, my relationship okay. You might actually find out that the relationship is really not okay, but you was believing it because y'all are another energy that merged with others. And when the relationship no longer works, you don't know where you begin or the person end. So like it happens like that in these types of relationships. Or y'all might quarrel with these types of energies, which is second house, which is Taurian, and wherever your second house is, might be quarreling with a Scorpio about finance. You might also have issues with your health from your fourth house of home. Yes, your first house, which is in Aries, you might have things, gripes with your partner, which is in Aries. That's your polar opposite energy from your first to your seventh house. That's your partnership as well. It's going to be these things that bring up stuff that I know you might not feel like you're being supported in. But also look at yourself deep internally, how you handle these situations, such as family, friends, communication, your finances, your speech, your health, your support, your how you really believe you support people. And I mean that's going to come up and it's going to manifest. Okay. And this is your own internal work of your own self-value. Mind you, second house is self-value. How you believe things happen, how you think finances should go. And is it fair? Is it really balanced? Is it really helping everyone? Are you really an active person in helping everyone or really everyone that you care about? Is it doing all these such things for yourself? All right. Next sign, Scorpio. Scorpio, this is your first house being triggered. It's all about you. You, your body, your ego, your character is about you being honest with yourself. What you're not getting out of relationships, because your seventh house, which would be in Taurus, is being triggered as well. What you're not really giving, the lies you tell yourself, the lies you and your partner tell each other. You know what I'm saying? What y'all tell each other. You know what I'm saying? Emotional growth. You know what I'm saying? And with the sun here, it's going to get you're going to get a lot of adversity, like a lot of standoffish, or they're going to try and make you pay for shit. You understand? They're going to feel like that's Taurus manipulative energy on your polar opposite. I'm telling you how it works through Taurus. Taurus is your polar opposite. So if Taurus with that energy, if they don't feel satisfied, they'll make you pay for it. I ain't got no money. I need it for this, that, and the third. It's going to happen like that because you know you can be equally manipulative. If you're not happy, you'll want your partner. Oh, can you? loan me some money or I need something, I'm broke. Y'all do shit like that. I know this energy very well. I live it. This is my 8th house, niggas. And niggas with the sun, I tell you, I'm the phoenix in this energy. I can tell you how it works. They want to know if you care. This is all water signs tactic move to see how it works. Earth sign with Taurus energy, I know how it works and it can move. It wants to play that nickel and dime. It wants to stand off and act like it's mad, but at the same time, it wants you to still have this hand on you to latch on. Let me tell you, this is the lies you tell yourself you're actually being faced with. Whatever was going on October last year, whatever happened in November, whatever happened in 2018, whatever's been going on in your lives, how you see relationships, how you're really communicating with your partners, and the things you lie to them about, and the things you tell yourself, and the things they tell you. And you're going to be shedding friendships. You're going to be shedding people that matter. Hopefully it be the people that you lie to yourself about. Okay? I want y'all to be on it like a hornet. Because when y'all want something fixed energies, y'all will cut your nose also to spite your face. Growth starts with owning yourself. No longer things you keep hidden. If you're intended in a relationship, put it out in the open. If you love somebody, communicate that. You, Cancer, and Pisces, y'all water holds this hidden emotions like I ain't got. Don't be this. Remember, evolution change. Your physical body could get impacted. You can get broken bones. You can get foot sprains. You can get heart issues, especially if you're a 5th house. You can get all these things going on in regards to this transit I'm bringing up, because this is your transit, this is Pluto, and this is Mars energy, and it is the physical body, and it will be your finances, and it will be partnerships. You're going to attract a lot of them. That's going to make you think it is what it is, and it is not. It's going to come Scorpio-like. It's going to be mirroring you. So get ready for that. A little bit after on May 14th, you'll get a little bit of fun time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a little bit of fun coming out of it, because Jupiter is about to come on up to that 5th house and, bring back some new, beginnings, and make sure y'all cancel a lot of those endings. Okay, Scorpio. Next sign, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we're having 12th house issues. Scorpio and us, our 1st house and our 12th house is having issues, okay? So we're going to go through suffering, little low-key sufferings, you know what I'm saying, of liberation, charities, forgiveness, support, faith, determination, detachments, endings, letting go of people. Also, our 5th house is being triggered. People acting childish. You might be dealing with children or people who's just acting childish. You got to determine whether to let them go, create endings, beginnings, how you handle 5th house things with children. You might be working in the community with children. You might decide to do things for children. You might want to open up a foundation in regards to children. I already said I'm going to do that. It's about investing your time at home and who you're supporting, and do these people, when you create the endings, do they deserve your forgiveness? Do they deserve your support? And when you walk away, will you completely walk away? Because it's supposed to be transformed to the things, because you're like Gemini, we are forgiving. A lot of times we take people back. It's self-sabotaging. That's why I said detachment. Detachment is good a lot of times because it's transcending you to the next level. And that's why I said my 12th house was mirrored by faith. I have faith that all of this is temporary. Endings of friendships, I already know. Make sure your internal home, which is your body, spirit, and mind, and soul, is okay with letting these people go, and do not look back. With these companies, with these businesses, with these attachments, with these nurse type energies, with the 6th house energy. All right, let me tell you the houses. The 12th house is Pisces. The 6th house is Virgo. The 5th house is ruled by Leo. So wherever those houses are, whatever sign is in them, you might also have adversary with this energy as well. So, and your eighth house and your second house, be okay with that, those energies. Those are house placements I named, but also for you guys, you, whatever sign, because you might be a different rising, know where the house is and what sign is in those houses. Those might be your adversary energies, or even their Lilith will fuck with you. Okay. All right. Next one, Capricorn. So Capricorn, our issues is going to be in the 11th and the 5th house. Okay, we're going to have 11th and 5th house issues. This is friendships, um, social media gains, businesses, relationships, um, reputation, investments, people acting childish. Yes, 5th house, like I said, love affairs, and the 3rd house of family and how we handle family issues. You might have issues with Leo energy for us because Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or if you're might be a different rising, your 5th house might be different. But my 5th house is in Taurus, so I might have Taurian energy, trying to oppose me or even creeping up on my pages, peeking in on a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Looking to see if I'm rivaling with somebody. Like however it works. The 6th house is 6th house is Virgo. You might have issues with Virgos. Virgos griping over something that they had broiled against you all that while that you clearly y'all both didn't address, but they want to play victimized. You know what I'm saying? And what else? This is 11th house Aquarius too. You might go through that with an Aquarian, type energy, Scorpio type energy, because that is our 8th house in Leo. You might have Leo type energies. So what we need to do now is communicate at a very great level of being okay with if nobody understand you, that they have to understand with time that maybe at the moment you don't feel like talking. Maybe at the moment you don't feel like giving in. They might do some wicked, say this shit and say hurtful, meaning things. They're only hurting themselves. All right, these energies I named. Allow them to hurt themselves. Because when you understand who you are and who you are standing up to be through reputation, through the 5th and the 10th house, which is your house, it gives you gains. It gives you money. It's going to have people look at you like their whole aura of what you're feeling right now. It feels bad. But once you come through this energy after the 14th, you're going to look like that entrepreneur. You're going to look great and you're going to look better standing in your life because you're not carrying this energy on you and letting it stay and have a key through the heart and locked. You don't want that. You want to let that go to open that door, take the slam lock off and be like, it's open. You know what I'm saying? Allow that, Lord, I allow you to free me from this. I allow you to do what it do and don't keep it with me. Return to sender. Allow these shady businesses to pass. Allow learning go. If you value your relationships, then you work on communicating with your relationships. There's a time to stand back. Sometimes if somebody giving you tyrannical, because you can be the devil, you can be tyrannical. Do not give in to anything. Anything. Don't give in. Self-value is everything right now. Like I said, people's lower inner securities, their inner fears, their inner everything is coming to light. Like it's coming, like I said, it's just how they feel about themselves when they're opposing you. Like yo, just say it. And it's not the time for manipulation. This is about the time of, all right, let us teamwork and work on this together. And if we can't work on this together, fuck you, kick rocks. I'm gonna see you when this pass. That's how it's supposed to be right now. If nobody's not getting you, run, Carolyn, run. Okay. Next one, Aquarius. Aquarius, your 10th house and your 5th house is being activated. The 10th house is ruled by Capricorn and your 5th house is in Leo. Or wherever your 5th house is. Sorry, because I'm calling it, because those are the house rulers, and I apologize that I'm saying it, but wherever your 5th house is and wherever your 10th house is. So Aquarius 10th house might be, because they're my next sign, so after the 10th, my 10th, yours might be in Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So you might have some Scorpios fucking with you at work, or you might be triggered at work, because this is Mars energy. It's going to be activating probably people, customers, or whatever what's going on. They might be angry for whatever reason that you clearly don't know. It might be a lot of shit going on that you clearly unaware of. You might have Leo energy, giving you their ass to kiss. You might just things that you clearly you knew, but you just didn't care because you felt like you had to handle at a later time. And that may be true with a lot of us heirs, you know what I'm saying? But because we don't really like all of that craziness happening right now. You know what I'm saying? One thing I can say about us at the last signs of the zodiac, we don't want all that shit. We don't. Because we know at the end of the day, we know our temperament. We know how stupid, crazy, bananas we can get. And it don't make no sense for us to really go in having to fucking explain to a motherfucker, you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't like the Hulk when it's angry. They don't get it. I get it, Aquarius. So now what you got to do is put the GYN gloves on. That's what I'm saying. You got to put the GYN gloves on. And, you know, try and be as the least verbal as possible because these things are going to trigger us. It's going to trigger Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius. Pisces might snap around this time because Pisces is acting like Virgos right now. You know what I'm saying? Virgos is definitely snapping like bitches. The Virgos is actually transformed. The Virgos are turned into a dark sided Pisces, and the Pisces turned into a dark sided Virgo. Yo, I'm seeing it. I've seen it. It's only confirmed. It's already confirmed. It's been confirmed for the last 3 months since I did my video. So I'm already on it. 3-pointer. Good. KO. Street Fighter. Like it's already in the ether. That's why I love astrology. It has helped me and taught me how to grow and deal with certain things. You know what I'm saying? So let's go, Aquarius. And it, like I said, it's going to. This is about authority figures, childhood types. People might also be acting childish with you. Things with that you need to let go of. Certain situations pertaining to the fifth house. Like I said, for me, wherever your fifth, sixth, 10th, and fourth and 10th and fifth house and 12th house, you're having these issues. Be okay with letting things go. Be okay with making peace with them. And if it's no peace, if you see a resolve and then all of a sudden they get all nice, be careful. They might pull a Taurus, Scorpio axis on your ass. Everything will appear going on good right then and there. And then they might pull that shit again. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that when you walk away, that you left the soil as the soil you walked on, not the landmines that you might be stepping on that they planting by keeping you around. You know, fourth house is also Cancer energy. You might be letting go of Cancers. You know what I'm saying? Like we might be letting go of Cancer energy. We might be letting go of Leo energy. The fifth, and I'm talking about the house placement. So wherever your fourth, fifth, 10th, and 11th, and your 12th house, and your eighth of those places, those wherever the signs are, these are the types of energies that's going to be one, 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 one. Like I said, some of the planets are coming from 2018. Some of the planetary placements, and because Mercury retrograde, some people are going to come back like your exes, like through X energy that will be like them coming through, being manipulative in that scorpionic way too. Oh yes, don't be fooled. Okay, so these are things where you have to grow, let go, better communicate, because this is your status now. Y'all working on status and of children. Things you have to work better at as a parent as well. You have to get involved with better and vice versa. And it'll help you guys, That's all I can say. Because I know Aquarius is like me. It's like, just tell me so I can get it done. I don't want to do the shit, but if it's going to help bring some change, let's get it. Let's get it. Because once Pluto go in Aquarius, the better things you're growing and shedding right now, when Pluto go in Aquarius, y'all gonna do well. You hear me? For all these signs, wherever when Pluto gets completely in Aquarius, y'all will do well. If not, you're gonna go through 20 plus years of gaining new relationships with other people, still gonna be repeating the same patterns. So this is about pattern breaking and growing. Growing. 10 million strong and growing. Okay. All right. Next one is Pisces. Pisces is going through their ninth and their third house as well. That's the ninth house is Sag, ruled by Sag, and the third house is ruled by Gemini. Wherever your actual third house, because I don't know your rising signs, y'all going to be going through it from there. So let's see where it is. This is about your beliefs. The ninth house is belief. Duh, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the Sag house. It's about your belief system. A lot of y'all going to be letting go of certain beliefs, certain teachers, certain things you outgrown. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might be even having changes, maybe of faith or going back to school towards education, of higher learning, going back to college. You know what I'm saying? Going to school to start a business, or open up organizations. I know a couple of Pisces right now that are working on trying to start a school, one of those schools for self awareness, from being victimized, sexually victimized. I'm not sexually victimized. Sexual, but were from yeah, it was victimization. They were being hurt and sexually abused. I'm proud of those Pisces. Like this is that time because, like I said, once Pluto officially go with Aquarius, and y'all get there and do the work, and I mean the inner work, not the fake it till you make it, pulling that Taurus and Scorpio access. Because whatever you're doing now, you're gonna get back for the next 20 plus years. That's how it goes. You keep what you kill. So if you keep it, it's because you killed it, right? Okay. Sow your seed. Okay. So also this is also schools, like I said, siblings, cousins, in-laws, father-in-laws, neighborhoods. Long distance travel is the ninth house. Short distance travel is the third house. So it's all of those things, the truth versus the lie. The lie is you tell yourself, you come into a realization that maybe a certain teacher is not the teacher you thought they were. And always remember, people are people. Ain't nobody in on this earth. Even gurus make mistakes because, like I said, the eras change. Eras change. We're in a whole different generation. We're in the age of Aquarius. So imagine the gurus who was from the time of Pisces. A lot of the gurus from the time of Pisces was burning witches at the stake. So now in the age of Aquarius, you're going to get the new ones that might be against the ones from the age of Pisces. Be like, no, let them go. Let them live. And they might have a fight and quarrel because they believe the one belief system was one way, and the new ones might believe it. The new one that's in Aquarius is this way. So be okay with letting go of gurus without judgment. And if you had that judgment, be okay with saying, okay, I made the wrong call. However, they did teach me something positive. I got something good out of it. Something great came out of it, and there's no ill will because y'all are technically the Christ-like energy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are my Venus. I love to forgive. You know why? Keeping that fucking baggage keeps shit going in your life. It keep attracting these wolves, me motherfuckers, and people who want to be territorial, like you didn't call me type shit. Like what? My parent was dying. Like what? My mother died. Like what the? Anyway, you don't want that type of mindset to break you. And you want to keep these things going on. Also, yeah, communication. Your fifth house going to be also triggered. So these energies I named, which is your third, your ninth, your fifth, your 12th, your eighth, and your second. Your fifth is love affairs. So you might have a hell of a good time if you allow yourself to. And you're becoming entrepreneurs, y'all. Some of y'all gonna be becoming awesome entrepreneurs. And if anybody I know who's getting this right now is Pisces. Pisces, a lot of Pisces are getting it. Those who are still dark, y'all got to work on it. I'm not gonna say nothing more because it's not in my position to say. But Pisces are becoming entrepreneurs, and Pisces are acting like the Virgos right now. I am very proud of you guys. Y'all are taking the high road of certain things are not for you and it's not serving your purpose, and you're taking it diplomatically. I am very proud. This is my ninth house, and I am very proud. I know little old me may be nothing to you, but all the same, if y'all ever come across this, y'all, no more victimization for those who haven't, and saying what they're going through. I whatever you're going through is unfortunate because we're all going through something. Even people all over the world. This baby's born hungry right now, stomach growling, and their mama probably too weak to give them milk. We all got to realize there's other circumstances that's going on out there that's much worse that we have to, as a collective, just put away because, and I don't mean put away, and I mean just let it turn and transform into something beautiful and push and turn great. Everybody who comes to this, I pray that y'all get something great out of this. All right. Mac 101 out. All right. Be blessed. And man, those who's out there being tyrannical and can't escape their own pain, they got to do the work, man. I don't want y'all hurting yourselves. However, we can try and tell you and tell you and tell you all over again where to begin. But if you're afraid, people are not going to be coming with you because soon this energy is all going to move in Aries, that place of placement of self. People don't want to be pulled into a lot of crazy. So that means a lot of us got to do the self work, man. Allow yourselves to transform, or y'all gonna go for the next 20 years kicking and screaming. It's not always everybody else. It's your own inner self values and how you value yourself. And allow that to transform and become the phoenix. Nobody asks for the eagle, but just ask for that. Thank you guys and peace.